You're listening to Mysteries Beyond. What mysteries lie beyond the reach of our senses? And who are you in this vast multiverse? Hello and welcome to Mysteries Beyond. I'm your host, Laura Lavender. In this episode, we're going to be talking about lucid dreaming. A while back, while I was researching an experience that I had, I came across a YouTube video of a guy named Charlie Morley who was talking about lucid dreaming, and after watching a few more of his videos, I decided to buy his book called Lucid Dreaming, A Beginner's Guide to Becoming Conscious in Your Dreams. So, what is lucid dreaming? In his book, he explains that lucid dreaming is the art of becoming conscious within your dreams. Once you've become conscious within your dreams, you can interact with and direct it at will. I would say that beyond the sky is your limit, because you can go anywhere that you want to go with anyone that you want to go, and you can pretty much do anything that you want to do. If you want to fly, go for it. You want to fly around the city, you want to go to the moon, or you want to go to the bottom of the ocean, you just go for it. Your imagination is the limit. But of course, it's much more than that. It allows you to consciously access the deepest depths of your mind. When you're lucid dreaming, you're not physically awake. You're still sound asleep, but part of the brain has reactivated the right dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. According to a source online from ScienceDirect.com, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is a region of the frontal lobes that is most typically associated with the executive functions, including working memory and selective attention. Lucid dreaming is completely different than your regular average dream, and if any of you have ever had one, you most certainly can attest to this. Everything is brighter, and it seems to have more color. If there's a field of grass, it's greener than the grass here in this 3D reality. If there is a pink, red, yellow, or purple flower, those colors are the prettiest, brightest colors you have ever seen. But as I said before, it's more than that, because it allows you to interact with your subconscious. Through it, you can ask out loud to speak with your spirit guides. You can literally ask out loud to show you something that you need to work on your waking life. You can interact with characters in your dreams, you can ask them what they represent, and through it you can do a lot of inner work and healing. The tricky part is, well, first, becoming lucid, and the second part is, once you've become lucid, remaining calm. Because many of us can get super excited that we're awake within our dreams, and that excitement will cause us to wake up. There are certainly many benefits to lucid dreaming, the main benefit being inner work and healing. Many of us hold trauma from previous events in our lives, and some of us aren't even aware of it, but lucid dreaming can help with this. According to a 2013 neurobiological study from Brazil, mentioned in Charlie Morley's book, of course, it concluded that lucid dreaming could be used as a therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder. Another study conducted in 2006, entitled Lucid Dreaming for Treatment of Nightmares, concluded that lucid dreaming training seems effective in reducing nightmare frequency. Interestingly enough, for most who lucid dream, it usually starts off with a nightmare, which then triggers them to become lucid. Another way to do inner work healing by lucid dreaming is meeting your shadow. The shadow is a Jungian concept used to describe the parts of the unconscious mind made up of all of the undesirable aspects of our psyche that we have rejected, disowned, repressed, or denied. In his book, Charlie Morley goes on to explain how everything we repress or deny as an unacceptable part of ourselves, we create our shadow, and this all begins in childhood. For example, many of us realize at a very early age that being naked is frowned upon, and then we interpret that as my naked body is bad, and so we disown our nakedness and we place it under unacceptable, where it begins to build our shadow. Our shadow can also be composed of positive traits, such as having lots of charisma. For many, that is seen as unacceptable since we're little, and then we feel guilt. Then that too gets pushed into the shadows. But other benefits to lucid dreaming include, 1, that it actually gives you more energy, and 2, it can rewire your brain in lucid dreaming. If you actually want to improve on a skill, you can train while in lucid dreaming. If you want to get better at dancing, for example, like on a specific move, you can practice it in your lucid dream, and your brain will actually rewire itself so that you can perform it and do it in your waking state. Okay, so how do we lucid dream? Like anything else, it will require practice. 3 things that have actually helped me to lucid dream are meditation, at least 10 minutes a day, and preferably on an empty stomach. The reason why you should meditate on an empty stomach, by the way, is so that your energy isn't being distributed in all the different places like digesting your food. The second thing that has helped me lucid dream is by keeping a dream journal. And also try to remember your dreams whenever you can. Like as soon as you wake up, just write them out either on paper, or you can even grab your phone and just text it in. This way you'll soon start to recognize patterns within your own dreams, and that can also help you trigger that and you can become lucid. And lastly, every hour on the dot, count the fingers on your hands. Your subconscious will start to do this even in your dreams, and when it does, and you see that you have 6 or 7 fingers on your hand, it will trigger you to become lucid. A couple of my experiences with lucid dreaming actually involves this last tactic. On one account, I remember I was dreaming. I was walking on my way to the library, and on the way I saw one of my childhood friends, and I thought, that's strange, because I realized I lived in Las Vegas, not in San Diego anymore. So I looked at my right hand and I saw that I had 7 fingers. I then confirmed it, and I told my friend, hey, we're in a dream right now, so when you wake up tomorrow, please remember you were here. You cannot forget, okay? And in my dream she was like, yeah, okay, I won't forget. I then thought, okay, I'm lucid dreaming. I can do whatever I want to do. What should I do? I know that at the most I only have just a few minutes left of being lucid. At that time I hadn't tried flying yet, so I said out loud, okay, let's fly. And I did. I remember soaring through the sky and looking at all the houses on the bottom. In my dream it was nighttime, so I remember seeing all the houses below me all lit up. I then said, okay, let's fly to the moon. And I remember looking down and seeing the houses getting smaller and smaller, but for some reason I freaked out. I think it was a combination of being so high up in the sky and actually going beyond Earth to outer space. But then I woke up. It was one of the most exciting experiences that I have ever had. I remember having so much energy that next day, and I couldn't wait to go to sleep again only to wake up in my dreams. Well, guys, that's it for this episode. But if any of you have ever had this experience, please go ahead and contact me. I would love to hear your story, and with your permission, of course. I would gladly share it on a future episode for the rest of us to hear. And if you have enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and subscribe so that you may be notified of all other future episodes. Also, don't forget to check out our website at www.mysteriesbeyond.com and or follow us on social media on Facebook at Mysteries Beyond or on Instagram at lauralavender.mb. Lastly, if you have any questions or any feedback, or you simply want to share something, please go ahead and email me at lauralavender.mb@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening to Mysteries Beyond. I'm your host, Laura Lavender, and I'll see you guys next episode.